G20 Summit 2023. India will have the G20 culmination 2023 in New Delhi, as India has the seat. Allow us to view rundown of host countries of different G20 gatherings. G20 Summit, the Group of 20, or G20, is an intergovernmental organization made up of the European Union and 19 other nations, EU. It strives to address important global economic concerns like international financial stability, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and sustainable development. G20 nations catered for 85% of world economy, 75% of world trade and 66% of world population. The majority of the world's greatest economies, both industrialized and developing countries, make up the G20. Together, they represent two-thirds of the world's population, 80% of the gross world product, GWP, 75% of international trade, and 60% of the planet's surface area. In 1999, the G20 was established in response to various global economic problems. It has met at least once a year since 2008, with summits attended by the heads of state or government, the finance minister, the foreign minister, and other top officials from each member. The European Union is represented by the European Commission and the European Central Bank. The summits are open to participation from other nations, international organizations, and non-profit organizations, some of which are invited on an ongoing basis. The G20 proclaimed itself the principal forum for global economic and financial cooperation during its summit in 2009. The group's status has grown over the past 10 years, and analysts now acknowledge its significant global influence. However, they also criticize it for having a small membership, having little enforcement authority, and allegedly undermining established international organizations. Protests against summits are common, especially from anti-globalization organizations. G20 Group's 20 members as of 2022 are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, South Korea, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, the European Union,
Spain, the UN, the World Bank, the African Union, and ASEAN are just a few of the organizations that have been invited as guests. The leaders of 19 nations and the European Union are represented in summits of world leaders, and the finance ministers and central bank governors of 19 nations and the European Union are present at meetings at the ministerial level.
List of L20 summits. Summits of trade union and labor leaders from the G20 countries. 2008. United States, Washington. 2009. United Kingdom, London. 2009. United States, Pittsburgh. 2010. Canada, Toronto. 2010. South Korea, Seoul. 2011. France, Paris. 2012. Mexico, Los Cabos. 2013. Russia, Moscow. 2014. Australia, Brisbane. 2015. Turkey, Antalya. 2016. China, Beijing. 2017. Germany, Berlin. 2018. Argentina, Mendoza. 2019. Japan, Tokyo. 2020. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. 2021. Italy, Rome. 2022. Indonesia, Bali. List of B20 summits. Summits of business leaders from the G20 countries. 2012. Mexico, Los Cabos. 2013. Russia, St. Petersburg. 2014. Australia, Sydney. 2015. Turkey, 2016. China, Hangzhou. 2017. Germany, Berlin. 2018. Argentina, Buenos Aires. 2019. Japan, Tokyo. 2020. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. 2021. Italy, Rome. 2022. Indonesia, Bali, Indonesia. List of C20 summits. Summits of civil society delegates from the G20 countries. 2014. Australia, Melbourne. 2015. Turkey, Istanbul. 2017. Germany, Hamburg. 2018. Argentina, Buenos Aires. 2019. Japan, Tokyo. 2020. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. 2021. Italy, Rome. 2022. Indonesia, Bali. List of T20 summits. Summits of think tanks from the G20 countries. 2012. Mexico, Mexico City. 2013. Russia, Moscow. 2017. Germany, Berlin. 2018. Argentina, Buenos Aires. 2019. Japan Tokyo 2020, Saudi Arabia Riyadh 2021, Italy Milan 2022, Indonesia Bali. List of Urban 20, U20, Summits, Summits of cities from the G20 countries, 2018, Argentina Buenos Aires 2019, Japan Tokyo 2020, Saudi Arabia Riyadh 2021, Italy Rome 2022, Indonesia Jakarta. List of W20 Summit, Women's Summit of G20 countries, 2017, Germany Berlin 2018, Argentina Buenos Aires 2019, Japan Tokyo 2020, Saudi Arabia Riyadh 2021, Italy Rome 2022, Indonesia Lake Toba. List of Y20 summits, summits of young leaders, 18 to 30 years old from the G20 countries, 2010, Canada Vancouver 2011, France Paris 2012, Mexico Puebla 2013, Russia St. Petersburg 2014, Australia Sydney 2015, Turkey Istanbul 2016, China Beijing and Shanghai 2017, Germany Berlin 2018, Argentina Cordoba 2019, Japan Tokyo 2020, Saudi Arabia Riyadh 2021, Italy Milan and Bergamo 2022, Indonesia Jakarta and Bandung. G20 Summit 2023, India. The Group of 20, G20, will assemble for the 18th time in 2023, and the summit is expected to take place at New Delhi's Pragati Maidan. India assumed the presidency on December 1, 2022, and held it until the summit in the third quarter of 2023. At the conclusion of the Bali summit, the G20 presidency gavel was handed over from Indonesian President Joko Widodo to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi during a small ceremony. The G20 presidency is a significant responsibility, and the Indian government has enhanced its intellectual, administrative, infrastructural, and social capital, improved bureaucratic decision-making procedures, and created a list of agenda items for the coming year in order to rise to the occasion. These are being thoughtfully created with input from important parties, including corporations, think tanks, universities, civil society, labor unions, and the scientific community. G20 Summit 2023, India. Theme Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or One Earth, One Family, One Future, is the recently unveiled theme for India's G20 year. It is based on Sanskrit scriptures and emphasizes the interconnectedness of various forms of life, including humans, animals, plants, and microorganisms, as well as their significance both on Earth and in the larger cosmos. The theme makes use of the phrase lifestyle for environment, LIFE, which illustrates how environmentally sound decisions made at the local, state, and federal levels can result in more informed, transformative actions at the international level and help create a cleaner, greener, and bluer future. Who will organize the G20 Summit 2023, India? The Ministry of External Affairs, MEA, revealed that there will be 250 meetings held throughout the nation, 190 of which will be attended by the ministers in charge of the G20 nations' nodal ministries for things like health, finance, agriculture, energy, and trade. Throughout the year, 1 lakh people are anticipated to attend. G20 Summit 2023 in September, India will host more than 200 events in 50 cities in 2023 that will involve government and civil society members and will culminate in a major conference in New Delhi. The summit is anticipated to draw 30 leaders of state and government from G20 countries and other invited countries. G20 Summit, FAQs quiz. What is G20 Summit? Ansh. The Group of 20, or G20, is an intergovernmental organization made up of the European Union and 19 other nations, EU. It strives to address important global economic concerns like international financial stability, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and sustainable development. G20 quiz. Which countries are in G20 Summit? Ansh. Along with the European Union, the Group of 20, G20, is made up of Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, and the United States.